What's up, people? It's Leah. Welcome to the third part of my home decorating series, where I am taking you room by room, top to bottom, redecorating my new apartment, showing you renter-friendly hacks, fun DIY projects, and a very eclectic design style that hopefully inspires you to make some changes in your own apartment, house, living space, wherever you may reside. And this week we are tackling the kitchen. So let's get into it. So I live in Las Vegas, but I lived in New York City for 8 years. And during that time, I definitely fell into the New York City trap of ordering takeout a lot, going to the local bodega. I didn't use my kitchen very often at all. But now that I live in Las Vegas and I have a car, getting a large amount of groceries is a lot more accessible. I want to use my kitchen more, and I have been, but I do feel like designing this kitchen, really decorating, having a good organization system is going to help me cook at home even more. And I have to say that the jumping off point that I have in this kitchen, I think is a good base. I'm not really changing the design too much. I'm really just adding to it, putting a little bit more thought into it, and just rounding out the ideas that I already started with. I think the biggest thing to tackle in the kitchen is going to be the organization. I'm someone who likes to see my things out on the counter. Yes, I do use the cabinets, but I like a lot of things out, which can get messy. And so that's a main focus of mine. So step one, we are going to head into the kitchen and I'll walk you through what's working, what's not working, and what I want to change. So today I am just going through the kitchen and figuring out what I really envision for this room, which honestly, I will say I am having a little bit of a hard time sort of picturing what I want. I know that one of the main problem areas for the kitchen is the organization. I don't really like the way that the cabinets are organized. I don't really like how cluttered the countertops become. I do feel that this space becomes a little bit of a dumping ground. You know, when I come in, I drop my bag, I drop my keys, and that's more of an issue that I'm gonna tackle when I do the entryway, which is to this direction of me. I need to have a better storage system in the entryway so that the kitchen doesn't become a dumping ground. But regardless, I do want to place maybe like a little basket at the end of the cabinet to put my mail or anything like that. I want to get any labeled, branded boxes off of the counter. You know, I have my protein powder and my pre-workout and oatmeal and stuff like that that ends up living on the countertop rather than being put away in the cabinets. And I don't mind things being out and accessible and ready for use, but they have to have some sort of aesthetic design to them. You know, I don't just want my Quaker Oats sitting on the counter. So maybe some jars and some, you know, glass storage containers that I can put out is something. I need to figure out what to do with the appliances that live on the countertop, the air fryer, my toaster, my blender, things like that. I do think I just kind of want to push them in the corner. But yeah, right now it's just all looking really cluttered. Also, this countertop that sort of looks out into the rest of the apartment, I need to figure out what to do with. This is where I normally will make my tea in the morning and throughout the day because I'm like always drinking tea. I would say that the countertop near the sink is where I prep mostly, and this countertop over by the stove is where I make my tea. And yeah, I know it makes sense to prep on this side too, but I'm just sort of listening to myself, and now that I've lived here for a really long time, I'm just sort of going with what feels natural to me and building the room around that. So I'm not gonna force myself to prep in that area if I just gravitate to this other counter, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just trying to build the function of the kitchen around what I'm sort of already doing. I also have this little ledge here, which would definitely be a good place to display things. I'm actually kind of thinking of leaving it empty. I really don't want the kitchen to feel too busy. And I think number one, there's always like a break hazard putting something on there because it's easy to bump and knock it over. I think I'd like to leave it empty. I do have some items that I want to keep. I like the floor mats that I have. I like the spoon rests, but you'll see more of that in the mood board that I'm gonna make. I also have some fake plants above the countertops. I do wanna keep them, but right now they do feel a little bit out of place. So I actually think the solution is to just get a ton more. I think the vibe that I'm going for in here is cottagecore meets farmhouse. And I actually think farmhouse and cottagecore are pretty similar, but cottagecore to me feels a little bit more whimsical, whereas farmhouse is maybe a little bit more uniform. Like, I think having your dry goods in jars is very farmhouse and cottagecore, but I think with farmhouse, you would have like one uniform jar that everything is in, whereas cottagecore, I see more like different shapes and different sizes of the jars and of the stuff that you're displaying. So I'm definitely leaning more into that, and I think I could have a lot of fun on top of the counters with decorating with a lot of different like flowers and plants and stuff. So definitely want to hit Michael's for that. I also need a better system for planning in here. I have a calendar that lives on the countertop, but number one, I don't want it taking up that space. And number two, I find that I just throw things on top of it and I never use it. So I want to get some sort of magnetic dry erase calendar for the fridge, because I think that will be a better system. And honestly, I don't know, like, as I said, I think the main thing I'm trying to do here is organization. So I feel like with this room, I'm gonna find a lot of things as I go that I want to add or that I want to do. I might want to add a curtain. I'm not 100% sure about that yet. I want to add some contact paper to the bottom of the cabinets, probably just the lowest cabinet because it's the only one that I can see, or the lowest shelf in each cabinet, because yeah, it's the only one that I can see. So I just think it'll look nicer for me. If any taller people come here, then they can see the second shelf and it won't be contact papered, and you know, that's totally fine. So that's another idea as well. But really, I think the main thing is I just don't want this to be a place that clutter forms, and I just want it to be nice to look at. Right now it feels dark in here. It doesn't feel like it's designed in any way, and it feels just like overwhelming a little bit with everything. And I have found, now that I've done 2 rooms, I do find that whatever clutter was happening prior to me decorating the rooms, those problems have stopped. So there really is such a benefit to finishing a room top to bottom, having a really strong organization system. There is something to that because it is working in the last 2 rooms. This room is gonna be the hardest because it's gonna take me a few days, and I really can't, you know, take everything out of my kitchen because it needs to function as a kitchen. But we're gonna do our best. I will say I'm a little nervous to mood board. I'm a little at a loss of how I want to design this, but I'm hoping I can get some inspiration on Pinterest, make a nice mood board, and go shopping from there. I think there's gonna be a lot of fun crafting in this room with putting the jars together, putting the floral arrangements together. I'm thinking about, rather than buying a bunch of fake plants, to buy some like pieces of floral arrangements and put things together myself at Michael's, my favorite place, dangerous place for me. And yeah, just figuring out what goes in each cabinet. So yeah, I'm gonna get to planning. So I went onto Pinterest already knowing what I was looking for, cottagecore, and a lot of the pictures I was finding had a lot of plants everywhere, had a lot of open jars. Honestly, most of the pictures I found had cabinets that were the same color as the ones that I have. The color palette was a lot of greens, a lot of blues, light pinks. And I realized that cottagecore actually reminds me a lot of Hobbiton from The Lord of the Rings, where all the hobbits lived. And that just made me so happy because, if you don't know, Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie. And this also validated that I was already on the right track with a lot of the items that I already had. So let's hop into the mood board and start looking at the things I have that I'm keeping and see what else we can find to add. So the first thing I'm gonna do with this mood board is bring in all the elements that are already in my kitchen that I'm keeping. First, I took a picture of the cabinets just to get an idea of what the countertop looks like against the wood. I actually am a big fan of this color countertop and this color cabinet. I have some oven mitts, these spoon rests, the floor mats I'm going to keep, and I do have these dish rags, but I'm gonna demote them to my second set of hand towels, and I'm going to buy just some plain black ones. And I also know I want to get a lot of plants to line the top of the cabinets. And I went onto Michael's and I found that they had a lot of different shapes and sizes of these corked bottles. So my plan is to head over there and pick up one of each. Other than that, I really am having a hard time with this mood board. Something I was bringing in were different salt and pepper shakers. I had these skulls, the mushrooms. I found these really cute ones with animals inside or little trees, but nothing was really speaking to me. And I think in the end, I'm just gonna land on a very simple farmhouse style little glass jar, just a normal salt and pepper shaker. I feel like something a little bit more kitschy and decorative will be something I find over time. I am actually having a little bit of trouble with the kitchen mood board. I see in my head what I want to happen, but I'm having a really hard time executing it. I don't really love working this way because I may end up buying things that I don't need, but I am gonna run to Michael's, and if there's any other stores I can think of, run there as well and just start buying things, and then maybe that will inspire me. So I'm mostly looking for any sort of jar and any sort of fake plant. So let's go shopping and get some inspo for my CottageCore kitchen. Okay, my trip to Michael's has definitely inspired me a little bit. They have a lot in terms of fake floral garden stuff. So let me show you everything I purchased. Lot of stuff. Okay, I got a few of these little guys in pink and white. I thought they'd be fun to just like add to some bouquets, stuff like that. I was also feeling very inspired by these like sort of grassy looking things. So I got a good amount of stuff that looks like this. I got some grass here. I had this idea of maybe taking this block, and the way I would put it on top of my cabinets, you wouldn't be able to see this, and then I can just like stick some of the grass in here. So I think that would be kind of cute. I also got a good amount of like baskets and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna keep all of them, but I got a lot just as options for just some other bouquets. I got some black roses because I thought that would be fun. I actually think that would look cute in this milk jug, and just some general other things, some other kinds of branches. Yeah, some things may be returned, but I'd say like most of the stuff that's gonna get returned are probably the other baskets that I brought. These I'm pretty committed to using both of these. It's giving farmhouse, it's giving cottagecore, and I think with the fake plants I have and then these fake plants that I bought, once I have them where I want them on top of the cabinets, I can see how I wanna fill some things in. I think I wanna hit some Goodwills and just find some other little decor pieces, anything I feel like will fit. But yeah, these are some of the other baskets that I got. I got some clay pots. I got this metal bucket, and I got this as well. But as I said, I don't think I'm gonna use all of this. It's just giving me a little idea. I also picked up these two little whiteboards. I thought these would be kind of fun to use as decor on the front side of a few of the cabinets, and I could just like draw whatever I want on them. No real reason, just funsies. And I think they'll look nice on the cabinets. I think they'll just add a little bit of, you know, design. I also picked up this little basket, which I'm gonna hang on that hook on that cabinet that sort of is in the opening of the kitchen. This is just to drop any mail or papers like that, so I'm not cluttering the cabinet with it. And then I got a good amount of jars. I actually think I'm gonna go back and grab a second one of this big one, but we also have a ton of little ones. Let me show you this. How cute. All different shapes and sizes. I'm going to put my loose leaf tea in these, maybe some vitamins. I have like my pre-workout, my protein powder, rice, cereal, pasta, really endless possibilities for these jars. I do have a couple other bottles coming. I bought 2 glass bottles for oils, and that comes with a little funnel, so I'm gonna wait to fill these until the funnel comes in. I also ended up just buying regular glass salt and pepper shakers. I was playing with so many different ideas for salt and pepper shakers, but I feel like that's just one of those things. I'm gonna keep a lookout at thrift stores and stuff, if I ever see anything that catches my interest, is a little bit more fun salt and pepper shakers, but I think that just 2 regular glass ones will fit in with this style that I'm going for. So I am very excited about these jars. I gotta give them a wash, and then once my Amazon package comes in, I can get these filled. But I think the plan for right now is I'm going to go through all the fake floral stuff that I bought, start putting together little display pieces, and get them placed in the kitchen. But first, I need to clear the kitchen out, and that is gonna be a process. So begrudgingly, that's what I'm gonna start doing right now. I think this looks pretty cute. I think this will look nice somewhere. Might have to make them shorter. Sorry, I'm trying to talk to you through this thing. I might have to make them shorter once I put them up on top, but we'll see. But this looks like something I'd make in Minecraft, honestly. All right, you will see this again when I place it. Touch too tall. So we're gonna shorten it. Please hold. It is still the teeniest bit too tall. I'm gonna keep working on it, but the vibe is right. It's just too tall. I'm happy with that. That looks cute. I had a lot of fun putting together those floral garden arrangements that I got from Michael's. It was really fun placing them, but I know that I need a lot more. I feel like that was a good base, and now my plan is to head to some Goodwills and find some more floral arrangements or more fake plants at a discount, because fake plants can be very, very expensive. And truthfully, I love the idea of one day replacing all of these fake plants with real plants. Just at the moment, I'm not committed to buying a lot of new plants because I'm a new plant mama and I don't want to really go overboard with that and end up killing a living thing. So we're gonna go for fake plants now, which is why Goodwill is a great option for that. You can buy secondhand items at a fraction of the price, and I always see lots of good plants and stuff. So I have a ton in the area. I'm gonna try to hit 3 and let's see what we can find. The Goodwill trip was a major success. I got everything I needed. I did place them on top of the cabinets, but we're gonna save that for the big reveal. It really now is giving that like Shire Hobbiton vibe. And even though the plants are fake, there still is something really nice about seeing greenery in your spaces. I think it makes me happier. Even if it's just placebo effect because they're fake plants, I'm still feeling the joy from looking at the top of my cabinets now. And I am a maximalist. I love having a lot of decor pieces, but on the countertops, I want everything to be functional. So utilizing this space above the cabinets allows me to kind of go crazy with my design, have a lot of purposeful clutter to satisfy the maximalist in me while still having a good organization system on the ground level. Which brings me to the next section of the video, filling up all of my jars. Let's do it. So I'm heading back to Target. Oh my gosh, I've taken so many store trips for this decorating video, but I need a curtain rod and a curtain. I had placed an order for some stuff and I forgot that. So I'm gonna go to Target, maybe to Walmart. But yeah, we're gonna go get some curtains. Not really sure what color I'm going for. I'm also really strategically trying to not show you the tops of the cabinets because I did finish them. And at first I hated them and now I love them, but I wanna wait till the reveal to show you. All right, heading out to the store. Again, cue montage, probably montage part 4 at this point. Way more stuff than I meant to. Oops, it's okay. I've got some fun new ideas. I'm feeling reinvigorated. I was feeling a little lost in this kitchen, but I do feel like I've come up with some ideas to really feel like there's a big transformation, which is important. So let me show you what I bought. Just a regular black curtain rod. I bought 2 sets of curtains and I'm gonna decide which ones I'm gonna use. The first ones I kind of had in my mind as something I wanted. They're just these, you know, black and white checkered, very farmhouse farmhouse style curtains, but I think it might just be too much. And I don't really want to draw attention to the window, but I do want to make it feel like light and airy. And also I think having curtains up will make me open the blinds more often. So the other option I got, which I'm leaning more towards, is just this cream colored curtain, and rather than being 2 panels, it just kind of rolls up, and I thought that would be really cute. That also felt very farmhouse, cottagecore. Then I bought a second option for displaying my tea, my bagged tea, not the loose leaf tea, which is this. I think it ties in with what I already have because it has the wood on it. And then I also had bought this little metal container to hold my oils and stuff. So I thought that having the metal and the wood on this would tie together the metal and the wood on the other pieces. And then I sort of had already decided I wanted to do this, but I was trying to put it in the back of my mind. But every time, like since I started redoing the kitchen, that I've looked over at like this section over here next to where I'm gonna keep my appliances. It's hard to see now because it's really blown out, but I put all my appliances back, just sort of lined up against the wall, and I'm very happy with how those look. It keeps the clutter sort of in one section. And then over here, I do have some things just like laying out, but I wanted to leave that area open because that's mostly where I do my food prep. But every time I look over there, it just feels so bare. So I bought some peel and stick wallpaper to add sort of like a backsplash. And I like this design. I'd gone over a few of them. I landed on this one because I think the design kind of looks like tiles. So I think it's gonna feel more like a backsplash than peel and stick wallpaper. So that's added to the docket on things to do today, which will be a fun little project. And my packages came in. So let me grab those. We'll open up the packages and see what I bought. So got the packages open. First we have the peel and stick contact paper. I bought new contact paper, different from what I used in the bathroom, just because this was better quality. I also bought these oil dispenser bottles. I think that they'll look really nice with all the other bottles and jars that I have out. I really do love an easy pour olive oil bottle. If you've never had one, highly recommend it, especially if you eat a lot of salads. Honestly, if you use oil at all, it's a great thing to have. It's just nice to have controlled pouring. So yeah, that'll be nice. I think I'm gonna have one just with olive oil, and with the other one, I'm either gonna do vinegar or I'm gonna do chili oil. I'm probably gonna do chili oil, but how cute. Nice, and there's 2 of them. Very cute. Okay, then in here we have my magnetic whiteboards for the fridge. Oh good, they come with markers and magnets and stuff. Got some markers. Sorry it's so bright. If I had the curtains up, I could pull the curtains down and then it wouldn't be so bright. But these are fun. So we've got our monthly planner and then a to-do list situation and just a regular one. So we got to flatten these out and get them on the fridge. Cool. Oh, I bought a new sponge holder. And this one just sits in this, if you have a 2-chamber sink like I do, it just sits in the center. I got some new dish towels in my favorite accent color, black. So these feel nice. I'm gonna keep my old dish towels, but I think it's good to have more. I only have 3, so I can't really, you know, cycle them out as much as I'd like to. I also bought some chip clips. And again, I just went for black. I mean, these are probably gonna be away most of the time, but just in case things are left out, I do like the uniformity. Is that a word? I hope so. And then just a simple salt and pepper shaker. Nothing crazy, just salt and pepper, normal little shakers. But I'm gonna use this little basket to hold the salt, the pepper, the olive oils, and then maybe I have this little jar that I think I'm gonna use for chili powder. Or sorry, chili flakes. And I think that could go in here too. Actually, maybe this basket isn't the right vibe. I don't know. We will decide. These don't necessarily need to be in a basket. Yeah, not really vibing how they look in the basket, but hey, that means I can return it. Hold on to your receipts, people. Important. All right, let me figure out a plan of attack. I really was trying to talk myself out of doing the peel and stick wallpaper, but I saw this particular pattern and I felt like it fit perfectly, and it felt like a sign that I was supposed to do it. So let's start the peel and stick process. Okay, so first rule of peel and stick wallpaper, don't do it alone. So I'm breaking the first rule because I'm alone. but I'm only doing half the wall. I'm so sorry, it's really bright here, but not much I can do because I'm working in front of the window. I want to do this whole wall here, around here, and then continue it just here. Like I'm not gonna do the whole thing, just across here. And then on the other side, there's like a little piece too. And then it'll just go behind the fridge. And then of course, like the bottom half too, all the way down here. I might do into the window frame, but I haven't decided yet. But we're gonna start on this side, which I feel like is a mistake. I feel like I should start on the other side of the window because that's where I'm gonna have to see where the straight line is. And I'm just gonna put it all over the window and then I'm gonna cut it at the end. So we're just gonna put it on as one sheet. Yeah, you know what? Let's start on the other side of the window, which is gonna be hard to show you because of the light, but we're gonna do our best. We are gonna do our best. So with peel and stick wallpaper, you wanna have some sort of card with you. I'm using I love my library card because as you stick it down, you just wanna make sure you're getting all the air bubbles out of it so that as you're applying the paper, you're making sure there are no air bubbles and you're making sure that it lays flat. We're sort of gonna eyeball this, but basically I'm trying to make sure that from here to the other side of the window, which you can barely see in this light, is straight across and ends sort of like where the cabinet begins. So bear with me, we're gonna do our best. I really wanted to do one piece, but at least we're getting somewhere. Rule number one of peel and stick wallpaper, don't do it alone. I am pretty happy with how this looks. It's one of those things that's like, don't stare too closely at it, but I think picking a busy pattern and picking a pattern where the background color is similar to the wall color was a good idea because in the busyness, you can't really see if there's any air bubbles, and where the lines aren't straight, like they don't really meet terribly well in the corner. You really can't tell because the background wall is pretty much the same color. So I'm happy with this. I'm gonna straighten it up a little bit and then we gotta figure out the window situation. Again, pretty hard to see. Trying to decide if I should just cut it or if I should try to stick it into the windows. I should probably put the window up though. Just gonna cut out portions. No rhyme or reason to what I'm doing right now. Just try not to get too close to the edges. I don't know how to approach this. Yeah, I think we just cut it down the sides. Try to make this straight. And then maybe, ooh, ideas. I am so happy with my decision to put up the peel and stick paper. It looks so good. I hope it stays. My walls are textured, and I will say that this particular peel and stick paper that I got from Target was not as sticky and as durable as I wanted it to be. So I'm not confident that the peel and stick wallpaper is gonna stay up, but for now, it looks great. Now time to put up the curtain rod and try out my two curtain options. Hello, I'm standing on top of my sink. So there are already holes up here that have been patched in. I'm gonna use them as a guide and hope that the person before me knows how to use a level. We're very precise here. I put these up first because I think that they're the least likely option. And yeah, they're too short. Wait, you guys can't see the bottom. Yeah, see, they're way too short. So that's gonna be a no for these. I also think the patterns clash too much. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the other ones up and I am more hopeful that those are gonna be the ones. I do actually love this, but this is too long. It goes all the way down to the sink. Let me brainstorm for a bit. Okay, this I am happy with. I probably have to retie this. Oh, there's my face. I probably have to retie this, but I'm gonna leave it for now. I'm happy with it. Basically, I just folded the curtain in half, which you can kind of see. Part of me is curious what it would look like if I folded it with the fold in the front. No, I'm gonna leave it like this and see if it bothers me. And I also put this on little clips instead, since I didn't have the rod holder anymore. So yeah, this is cute. I'm happy with it. Yay. And the last big project we need to do for redecorating my kitchen is to put down some peel and stick contact paper in the cabinets to make them just look a little fresher, newer, nicer. I love a black accent, as you probably know by now. All right, everything in the kitchen is finished. Now it's just time to organize my cabinets, put all of my food back, and add the final finishing touches. And keep your eyes open for a few little pieces of the Shire. I've mentioned a few times I felt like this makeover was feeling very Shire Hobbiton-esque. So I brought in a few decor items I've already had to really make this feel like the Shire. And now it is time for the big reveal. Honestly, I didn't really change that much in this kitchen, but I think it goes to show how little changes can really go a long way. Adding the peel and stick paper, adding the curtain was such a game changer. I can't believe I almost didn't do it. And here's what the top of the cabinets look like for the first time. I love the mix of things I got from Michael's and the things I got from Goodwill. Some plants, some regular decor items, some vases. And this is something I can add to or change over time, but as of right now, I'm so happy with how it looks. Of course, the greetings from the Shire sign, really anchoring me in my cottagecore Hobbiton kitchen. I love that the countertops don't feel cluttered. Pushing all of the appliances that I use regularly into the back corner really just puts them out of the way. They're not terribly noticeable. I love these little jars where I have my oatmeal, my pre-workout, my protein powder, my chalk for my little chalkboards, which I have been drawing on. I also love the crystals on the windowsill. I really think that this magnet planner on the fridge is going to do wonders for me. I love the way that this countertop looks with the teas, with the oil bottles. And having a little Pippin and Mary here once again, making me feel like I'm in the Shire. And all in all, I'm so excited with how this kitchen turned out. My beautiful little cottagecore kitchen, making me feel like a hobbit from the Lord of the Rings. It was such a fun design style to try out. I really love how I've been expanding my horizons. I feel like prior to living in this apartment, I was just like black everything, dark, moody, vampire. But I'm really challenging myself to pick a different design choice for each room. And it's just showing me how many styles I like and really just helping me hone those styles, make strong choices, and really just love the rooms of my apartment. So I hope that you enjoyed coming along for my kitchen makeover. Let me know if cottagecore is something you like to see in a kitchen. I honestly think it's the best place for the cottagecore aesthetic. I'm happy to have given it a shot and I'm excited to expand it. I feel like there's so much room to grow. I feel like the next time you see my kitchen, I'm gonna have like double the amount of glass jars, but I'm hoping I can still keep it neat and organized and not too cluttered. And I'm excited to start using my kitchen and cook a lot more. It's gonna be fun. So if you like what you see, make sure you like and subscribe, comment down below your thoughts on this makeover, and check back next week for a new video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Let it go. 얼어붙어 like whoa. 띵하고 어지러워. I see. 한여름에도 넌 겨울. Yeah, 가을꽃 blood. Yeah, 너와 있을 때 I swear. 제가 먼저 zero 폭설한 그 chill day.